Hello everyone, my name is Zen, and welcome back to our long, dark Interloper series. Last episode, if this is your first time joining the channel, we got ourselves caught in a bit of a pickle. We got caught outside in a snowstorm in a location that we don't know where we're at, and we managed to find a cave to hold up for the night. But we are really exhausted. We need someplace to sleep, and if we can't make it out of this blizzard, we're going to be in rough shape. So, I did get some advanced intel from the community. Ari mentioned that you can get back inside the dam over where we harvested the deer. If you walk up to the building, you can get in through a window. I did not know this. So, it might be our plan to try to get back to the dam as long as the weather calms down. Okay, so we're going to eat our venison here. Our condition is not in great condition, so we're going to cook some prepared birch bark tea. I do not recall which way we came in through the cave, but if we can get back in the dam, that means maybe grabbing the gut here might not be a bad idea. We'd have to deal with a wolf. As long as the weather has calmed down, which it might have by now, it's possible. Okay, let's take this prepared birch bark tea and drink this. Now, if we get the gut from the deer, we are kind of risking our health in a way, because we don't know when the next... We don't know when the next moment is going to be when we can actually get to sleep here. But with enough birch bark tea, we might be able to fend off our condition while we're exhausted. Okay, let's take a look at our flask, which is currently filled with a lot of hot tea. That's good news. We're gonna pick up... Can we cook more? Okay, we're out of birch bark tea. I believe we just used the last of our birch bark tea. No, we have one more. Okay. We can get gut, 15 minutes. Fire's still on. Let's do it. This is a lot of gut and a lot of hide. And if we can find the hide and gut we left back in the blizzard, we can probably get back to the trailer with a ton. But we're kind of putting ourselves in a risky situation. Okay, interesting to know. If we don't use the knife here, we actually save condition on the knife. We use our hands. It's the same amount of time. So we might as well do that and stuff instead of wasting condition on the knife. Okay, it looks like we're still losing condition here. But we now have a hide and 2 gut. How many torches do we have? We have 7. It's not a lot, but it's enough. I believe we have to go back through this way. And hopefully we can get our butts back to the trailer somehow. Now, I don't have a problem with going to Pleasant Valley. I just don't want to go right now. If we go right now, we kind of put ourselves in a situation where we don't know the layout of the land, and we're already fighting for our lives, considering we haven't slept in a while, and don't have a bedroll. Before we go out to Ash Canyon, I would really like to find a bedroll, and I just feel like it's a wise idea to make sure we have that first. Now, if I remember correctly, this was the entrance to the cave from yesterday, over here. I think. Now, I think that condition restoration from the tea is only keeping us alive. Ah, here we go. This looks like the entrance. Okay, let's check and see if the blizzard's still here. It probably is. Before we go out there, though... Wait, is this the way? Now I'm lost in the cave. Uh-oh. This might not be the way. We might not be out of the woods yet. We have another problem to deal with now. How do we get out of this cave and go back the way we came? And judging by the sound of the outside there, it could still be pretty windy. This looks like it might be the exit. Yes, leave cave. Okay, before we do that, I'm going to toss the torch down here so the fire doesn't go out, just in case it is blizzarding outside. It's not. This is a winding river. Okay, that's where we need to go. So that's good news. But new problem is we have a scent on us now because we're carrying that gut. We're kind of in a risky situation. Birch bark tea. We're gonna drink that when we start losing our condition buff. In the meantime, I think we're okay. Let's get going. And hopefully we can make it back to the dam. Oh, wait, do I need to turn around here? I think I do. I think I gotta go back this way. Okay. We're running on borrowed time. And it's still windy out. And we need to figure out our way back to the dam. And I kinda lost our way in the middle of the night. I see some cattail here. This is worth picking up because we'll need food. But we need food later. So I'm not gonna actually worry about it. We'll hopefully keep our fire going because we only have one torch. And if the winding river stays windy, that's bad for us because there's wolves up ahead. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the direction we came from. And it's pretty cold outside, so we're probably gonna have to start another fire. Yeah, I didn't really know that about the dam. I've never been this way before, so thank you for the tip. I don't really know this area very well, as you can tell. We're learning as we go still. I think the areas where I have not explored fully would include Bleak Inlet, Timberwolf Mountain, especially Pleasant Valley. That's one area I have not explored at all. And anything else? I guess Black Rock we kind of have a basic understanding of. Do we come from here? I think we come from up here. I could be wrong. This might be the wrong way. This is the winding river. And I don't know my way around here. I do see power lines though, and that's a good sign. But we're gonna need to warm up again because it's really cold and it's windy. So hopefully we can find a... Okay, there goes our fire. That sucks. Okay. That sucks because if we run into a wolf, we have to pop a flare. And I'd really like to get a little fire going before we have to do that. That power line is a good sign though. Hopefully we can find our fire pit that was nearby here, and I think it was, aha, right here. Okay. So this is good news. We can take this charcoal, and what we can do is we can start a little fire.
Wait, I'm so cold.
Okay, we're gonna start our torch. Oh yeah, hold on. Before we continue, I was asked to please turn down the audio for the voice. Adjust player and NPC speech. I'm going to turn this down to 40. Let's do 30%. It should still be audible, but it'll be much less noisy. I know some folks do not really like Astrid and I forget the male characters' names. They're grunting and voice lines, so I'll turn that down. If you appreciate your input on that. If anybody else is, excuse me, if it's bugging them or if they like the voice lines. So far I've only heard that people don't like it, so I'll just turn it down. Okay, that's now been updated. Okay, let's turn this fire on. Stick, cattail head, torch, 75% chance of success. Hopefully this works first time go around. I'm gonna hope that the wind dies down because getting back to the dam through however many wolves we have to deal with will not be fun, especially if we have to pop a blue flare, which I really hope we don't have to. Okay, stick. Okay, we've added a piece of coal. We can place a cooking skillet, and we can cook birch bark tea, heat that up. We're going to drink that right now. That'll hopefully keep our condition restored for a little while, but not for very long. I'm pretty sure this torch is going to go out. Do we want to cook anything else while we're here? We can cook some water while we wait to warm up. This is very windy. Let's take map. We cannot equip that torch. How many torches are we carrying that we can turn to sticks? Plenty. Let's do that right now. Okay. Wind is howling. Maybe we get lucky, and by the time the water's finished, the wind dies down. If it doesn't, getting back home is going to be tricky, and not guaranteed we'll make it there alive yet. Really hope the wind dies down. Okay. Snow. Getting there. How many torches do we have on us? 7. We're going to take 3. Okay. Okay, what we're also going to do right now is we're going to look at our flask and we're going to transfer all the cold tea out. We're going to drop all this tea. We're going to warm it up. And put it back in the fire. Or back in the flask after it's warm. It should take 14 minutes. Warming up. Okay, and let's put that back inside our flask. Great. Okay. Non-potable water. We could probably add another piece of coal just to stay warm. Wait for that. Get potable water. Great. Pick that up. Our condition's getting pretty low. It sounds like the wind is dying down. Maybe, maybe not. We can't really waste any more time here though. We're in the danger zone, so let's drink one of our teas from our flask. Stay warm while we keep moving. Take a torch. Keep moving. We might have to drop that gut. Hopefully the wind doesn't put out our torch. The dam is not super far away, but significantly far enough the walk back is still dangerous. Considering that we have wolves that will likely be on the way. But it looks like the wind has calmed down, and I think I see the dam from here, so that's a good sign. Yes, I do. Okay. We're on our way home. Well, not home, but we're on our way to safety. Question is, can we make it back safely? Alright, so I'm not sure about the best way to get up to the dam. I think we need to get up from this side here. On the left. Not on the right, but I don't know. I'm gonna just take a guess that that's the way we need to go, because that's the way we came down. I'm gonna hope that this is the way. I'm gonna hope there's a spot here where we can start going upwards. Looks like there is. I see a wolf on the ice there. And I see a little bit of cattail, which we'll grab right now. Don't want to get greedy, but we need food for tomorrow. And this weighs not too much, so it's right here. We'll take it. Wolf is there. He's likely going to smell us because we have a scent on us. Yes, he has. Okay. Let's get rid of him right now. Swap our torch out. And hopefully he does not follow us up the path. I think when we have a scent on us, they de-aggro, or they aggro faster after you scare them away. So you don't have much of an opportunity to really scare them away. I think we got to go up right here. Yes, this looks correct. So we need to get over there. We need to cross up there. I think that's the way. I'm told there is a window up there we can get inside of. Hopefully we can find it quickly. Getting cold. Condition is 3/4. I hope we can make it to the trailer before we start to really lose condition. We are still losing condition even with the birch bark tea buff that we have right now, so imperative that we get to a bedroll as soon as possible. Ah, here's our hide and our gut that we dropped in the storm. Okay, let's pick this up. It's here. We now have a double scent. Usually, we're not carrying that much of a scent. But the good news is that I don't remember seeing dogs on this part of the pathing that often. Like, in general in the game. think there might have been a wolf up here before. And speaking of which, I hear him. Hopefully he does not traverse on this part of the snow. If he does, we should be okay, because we're almost back at the dam. I think I see one of the windows over there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Ooh, a stick. We'll take that. Ooh, we'll take another one. You never know when you're going to start a fire. Often, usually, in this game. Fire is life. But so is food and shelter. Okay, we're back up here. We need to make the crossing on the very sketchy area of the dam. And let's be very careful as we go over there. I am just relieved to know that we can get back in here. I didn't want to go to Pleasant Valley just yet. Okay, let's light this. And before we continue, let's drink our tea to stay warm, so we don't lose any condition from being cold. And let's cross carefully. Okay. Gotta be careful right here. It's a long way down, and that is certain death if we fall. Gotta find this window. Doing okay. Now we're back into the condition lost zone because the birch bark tea buff is gone. Here's a torch that we can make into a stick. Grab that. Okay. We gotta find a window here. There's supposedly a broken window. That one's broken. I don't think I can get up there though. But what about this one here? Aha! Leave the winding window. Thank you, Ari. Oh my god, we're back in. We're back inside. Okay. Tons of scrap metal here. Cool. Open lockbox. Needs memento key. This is great for later. I think we've explored this area. Maybe, maybe not. At any rate, doesn't matter. What matters is... Wait, hold on. Yeah, we've looked through these. Okay. We need to get to the trailer, because that's where the bedroll is. We should be able to do that quickly enough if we just stay focused here. Oh, I'm so happy we're out of the woods. Well, we're not completely out of the woods yet, but we're getting close to being out of the woods. We're getting close. I'm going to drop the hide and the gut at the door before we leave, because they'll be right beside the crafting bench. We can let that cure. We might come back and make deerskin pants and deerskin boots. I was talking to a few folks in the community. I think Tolask was one of the folks who was mentioning that, and Ari both, mentioning that the world gets a lot colder in Interloper as the days go on, which I wasn't aware of. And wearing animal pelt does make a huge difference in terms of being able to stay warm. However, they are very heavy. So since we've been surviving and we have the hatchet now, we need to start thinking more long term. Last words, not mine, but I do agree with him. And we need to start figuring out how we're going to be able to survive longer, since the run has been going on for a little while. Okay, I see. Okay, that's the door we don't want to go through. Now we gotta go back up this way. The one thing about animal pelts is that I feel kind of guilty hunting animals. But when I find a dead carcass, I'm not so worried about grabbing the deer skin. It's like, okay, the deer has already passed away. So we could just use the deerskin pants and deerskin boots we get from finding deer carcasses. And I wouldn't feel so bad about that, since then we're not killing live action deer. We can leave them be. Let nature take its course. If we find a dead one, we find a dead one. But, on the other hand, there is bears and cougars. I don't really feel, like, fantastic about going and hunting a cougar, but, you know, killing a cougar in self-defense, that's a different story. The rabbits, on the other hand, we leave the rabbits alone. They've done us no harm. I feel like I think I would feel guilty getting rabbits rabbit carcass, rabbit hide, or rabbit guts. I just like rabbits. So no rabbit mitts for us. But a bearskin bedroll could be pretty useful, I will say. But I think it weighs like 3 kilograms, so it's like super heavy. Okay, we're almost back at the trailer. Okay, here is a great spot to leave our hides and guts that we picked up. That's cured, so this is fresh. This is fresh. And we have fresh deer hide. We'll just move over a little bit so we can drop that. Drop the fresh deer hide. Okay, we'll let that cure. In terms of scrap metal, I would almost argue we should put it in here because I don't know if we want to carry this around with us right now. So, because that's quite a bit. Cured gut. We'll probably come back here and do some crafting. Am I going to take it with us? I'll keep it on us for now. I think we need it for the bow. We need it for the bow. Okay. We're not carrying a scent on us. The trailer is just over yonder. We should be able to get there and sleep. We'll be sleeping through the day, but it doesn't matter. We need to sleep. The unfortunate part is we'll need like light in order to do some reading or finding a way to pass the time. Fortunately, we burnt our sewing book, but I think we might still have an archery book that we have not burned we can read. If I remember correctly. Okay, corpse there. Sometimes there's a wolf here. Don't see one yet. Hopefully we don't see one at all. Okay, let's get inside the trailer. Oh my gosh. Safe. Fresh gut, fresh deer hide, cured deer hide. So we have pretty much almost enough deer hide to pretty much make boots and pants. Or possibly a travois for carrying meat around. But apparently those travois are kind of buggy. I don't really know how to use them that well. I know you have there's like a trick between like, I think when you go from area to area, like your travois can just like basically take off and fly and you lose all your meat and your travois. So I'm not really sure how to use those yet. I should probably like research how to use it so we don't like lose a bunch of progress, because I know there's associated bug with them. I just don't know how the bug works. If you guys know how the bug works, appreciate any information on that. Okay. We need to sleep. We have enough food and calories for the night. I don't want to be carrying animal fat around with us. I'm going to drop that right there. That's kind of gross. Just animal fat lying on the floor. Okay. So, we'll drink some water. Make sure we're hydrated. We want to sleep for 10 hours here. And we're going to eat a little bit of cattail so we can sleep for 10 hours. There's no issue. We're going to sleep for 10 hours so we can restore condition. Here we go. Okay, we have slept. We have pretty much completely healed. Which is great news. It's blizzarding outside, it sounds like, but it's nighttime. The only problem is being able to do anything productive in here is going to be tricky because, well, on one hand, we do have an archery book, which is something, but that's really our only way to kill time. Cured deer hide, this 43%. 43%. Okay, well, considering that... Why are we still losing condition? Hold on, what's going on here? We have cabin fever. Oh no, you've been indoors so long you feel like the walls are closing in. You'll be unable to sleep indoors for 24 hours. Do not sleep indoors for 24 hours. Spend some time outdoors to recover. That's bad. Okay, that's not good at all. We need to spend time outside. Of course we do. Of course we get cabin fever now. Okay, let's take a look outside. How bad is it? It's bad. It's bad. Okay, we have a blizzard and we have cabin fever. Not great. So, since we have to burn time and it's a blizzard outside, here's the situation. We need to figure out something to do with our time. I don't know if there's a nearby cave in Mystery Lake that we can go to just like hunker in and try to stay outside and stay warm. But there is the ravine, actually. There is the ravine. And we could stay in the cave in the ravine. That's not too far away, and there's no predators nearby. So here's my idea. We're going to take the cured deer hide, and we're going to take the guts, and we're going to take the saplings, and we're going to put it all near the crafting bench inside the dam. Okay? And hopefully there's no wolf outside that we have to worry about, so we don't have to pop a flare, because it's blizzarding out. But we have the flare on us in case that happens. I'm just going to run to the gate here. Shut the door. Close gate. Okay, we should be okay. Now, let's go drop this off the dam here and start making our way to the ravine. We have cabin fever. New problem acquired. New problem acquired. The problem is the ravine and being outside in the blizzard is not good. Let's take a look here. Okay, so cured gut. We're going to drop the fresh gut right there. We're going to drop our hide. Fresh deer hide, drop that there. We have cured deer hide. We're not going to bring that with us. We're going to leave it behind. Okay, and then we're going to leave these sticks here as well. Just going to move this clipboard over here. How do I rotate you so that I can put you down? There. Okay. Drop the green birch saplings. Drop all. Are these curing? They're curing. Okay, we got to basically make it to the ravine in a blizzard, which is not great because it's really cold out. And our tea is not warm anymore. And we're low on firewood. So perhaps what we should do is bring some firewood with us because we have a carrying capacity space. So we can break down some wood in here and go to the ravine, go to the cave in the ravine, which isn't too far away from where we are right now. It's nighttime, which is not the best time to travel. But there shouldn't be any predators over there. We should be able to make it there. Okay. Problem is, we just need to find some wood to break down first. Okay, 6 pieces of wood, improvised hatchet. That will take an hour and 41 minutes. Maybe the blizzard goes away in the meantime, but that wood will be useful, so we're going to get it. Requires light to break down with tool. Of course it does. Of course it does. Okay, we're hungry now. Running low on food, but we should be able to stay outside for 24 hours if we go to the cave, and the blizzard is over, so we should be okay. We should be okay. It's snowing. The blizzard has stopped. All we need to do is make our way to the ravine safely. And the ravine is very close by to the entrance of the dam here, so we're actually in a pretty good spot to make that happen. We just didn't bring any firewood with us, unfortunately, because there's no light to break that down. Okay. Take that torch. We're going to light this here, because in case there's a wolf. Don't want to have to deal with the wolf. We're going to leave the gate open in case we have to run in there. And we're going to make our way to the ravine. Now, we have to go this direction anyway, so I'm not super worried about the cabin fever. This isn't... all the times to get cabin fever, this actually isn't the worst time to get it. And we should be able to deal with it. It doesn't look like the condition loss is terrible either, so we should be able to handle it. Apparently, we've been going nuts from the cabin. Okay, leave Mystery Lake. And we do have a book to pass time in the cave. Hopefully the wind doesn't pick up here again. Let's see if we can find some sort of wood or like food or something while we pass the night away. Okay, here's a stick. We're gonna need a lot more firewood. Ah, I see a cedar limb. This will take an hour and 30 minutes. 58 minutes with the hacksaw. I would almost argue we should do it with the... We should do this. Okay, let's do it with improvised hatchet. We're going to need the wood. Oh, we're cold now. Okay, bad idea. We're gonna get to the cave. We're gonna light this right now. Waste another match. The cave is around the corner, though. And that's time spent outside. We're gonna grab the sticks on the way there. We're gonna be using them. We're probably gonna come back outside for more wood at some point here. But the cave should just be around the corner. Ooh, birch bark tea. Useful. Very useful. Very useful. Okay, let's find this cave. We might even get lucky and find a carcass out here. Okay, the cave should be right here. Here it is. Hello, cave. And a mountaineering rope. Look at that. We could go to Bleak Inlet if we're crazy enough to do it. Okay. Campfire. Let's start this fire. Take charcoal. Absolutely. We need to pass the time somehow out here. Cedar fire. Torch. Cedar firewood. Let's get going. So, our original plan was to actually make it out to Coastal to make a bow. If you guys remember from last episode. I forgot to state today's goal. Really, first of all, the goal of today was to survive. And we've done that. So now that we've survived the initial problem, which was almost dying in a blizzard, we can now return to the original plan. I thought we were going to get completely derailed there. Yeah, thank you to the community for giving us a tip that we can actually turn back. Thank you. Okay. We've added some cedar firewood and add some sticks. We got 4 hours on the fire. Fantastic. Which should give us time to go warm up and, excuse me, also find more coal. Okay, let's actually heat up our tea so we can stay warm. So we have 2 pieces of roasted tea. We can drop here. Let this warm up by the fire. Great. Can we cook anything? Probably. We could cook some bannock, I'd imagine. Which wouldn't be a bad idea, considering we need food. Okay. And let's cook some water as well, because we're going to need that too. Okay. And while we wait for all this to do its thing... Oh, this is almost done. Okay. We're going to take this and we're just going to put this in the flask, because it'll be useful to us warm in case we get caught out in the cold and or want to grab more firewood. We'll harvest some sticks in the meantime. And eat a little bit of cattail so we don't starve and lose more condition. Bannock. Okay. It's not done yet. Wow, we really dodged a bullet there. Jeepers. We got lucky. And then we're back on course. We're back on course to get our bow. Once we have our bow, we're in much better condition for surviving in the wild here. Snow, bannock. Okay. Is there anything else we can prepare? We can prepare birch bark. Let's do it. Okay. Birch bark is prepared. Bannock's almost done. Non-potable water. Do we have water on us? Do we have water on us? We do have. We have 1 liter. What? No, 0.1 liter of water. Okay. We're gonna eat the bannock first. I wouldn't mind cooking all this bannock now. Oh, we're out of bannock. Are we? I think we're out of. Are we out of flour? This weighs a kilogram. Should have enough to cook more. I don't understand. Do we not have enough flour? 1 kilogram of flour. We have enough cooking oil. Why does it not? Can we not? We must not have enough cooking oil? I'm confused. Is that bugged? Maybe, hold on. What if I drop it and pick it up again? How about now? Place. Cooking skillet. Cook. Where is bannock? Shouldn't bannock show up here? Yeah. Item requires ingredients you don't have. Water, that's why. When you cook water. I was wondering, I'm like, I thought we had enough. Okay, we're gonna need water though. Okay. Not losing condition anymore. It will take a little while for that to cook, so let's start learning archery. You're not healthy enough to focus on research. Oh, because of cabin fever. Right, we can't even use our book. Wonderful. Well, what can we do in the meantime then? Well, we can go back outside. We're warm for now, and we could go get some useful items and come back here once that's done. So that'll be like a half an hour. I see some beard lichen and some sticks. Grab what we can before we get too cold. The nice thing about the ravine is, from what I've been told, it's a break from predators, which is really, really nice. We could use it. So this is a good, like, buffer zone while we kind of get our bearings once again. So we can heal, get rid of our ailments, and get back on the road. So it was a mistake to do all that reading inside of the cabin. It was not a good idea. We should have stayed outside more often. There is deer in this area. Now we could get some firewood here. That might be a good idea. But the fire shouldn't go out. But we might get hungry. We eat that bannock. And I'm pretty sure the water will boil over while we do that, because that's going to take too long. So let's do something short so we don't boil our water, because then we can keep cooking bannock. We have rabbit friends here. And birch bark. Great. Great news. It's also cold out here, so we don't want to spend too much time outside. It's like the middle of the night. It is the middle of the night. I'm not seeing cattail. This does look like fresh water. Usually there's cattail around fresh water. Let's see what's up here. I don't think I've been over here before. Maybe we have. Would have been a long time ago, though. Here's a corpse. Is there anything here? An arrowhead. That's a big win. That's a huge win. Okay. And a crow feather. Also a huge win. Is there more crow feathers around here? I don't see any. We need to keep an eye out for crows, because we're going to need more arrowheads and more crow feathers. Might be able to find some saplings out here, too, if we take a look around. Though we can't really cure them. I don't know. Can you drop saplings in an open cave? Will they cure in an open cave, or does it need to be a closed cave where you have to, like, enter into the cave? I think you have to enter into the cave. I don't know for sure. Oops. Nope, we're going the wrong way. Getting cold now. We should get back to the fire. Okay. Actually, we should stop running because we're going to start getting exhausted soon. We're not too far away from the trailer, but losing condition won't be fun. Thankfully, the birch bark is here, so we can slow condition loss. I don't think we can heal, because we're currently still losing condition from cabin fever, but we can slow it down. And that should be able to buy us enough time. We're not in the super duper danger zone right now. We're just in the slightly concerning zone. Okay, let's get back, grab our water. Maybe we'll get a bit more firewood on the next run here. Looks like there's a cedar limb right here. And that should take an hour. As long as the fire's going for an hour, we should be fine. Okay. Oh, and here's one of our old torches. We need to warm up. We're at hypothermia risk. Unfortunately, we don't have coffee. Bottle of water. Great. Let's cook that. Bottle of water. Great. Cook. And let's cook some bannock. We've healed our hypothermia risk. Great. Now let's take a look at this. We have prepared birch bark. 5 minutes. Let's do it. The question is, how long do we need to spend outside here? Cabin fevers. 19 hours. Yeah, we're going to get tired in that time, so we should definitely not sprint. If we can somehow find some acorns in this area, we may be able to get coffee, which could delay condition loss from exhaustion. But we'd have to find 2 additional acorns for like 1 cup of coffee. It's kind of expensive to actually make coffee. Rosehip pie. Excuse me? We can make this? A thick crusted pie overflowing with rose hips. That sounds amazing. Gets rid of a headache. And it reduces fatigue. Interesting. We should make this. Time to cook, 1.5 hours. We should, yeah, let's make that. Okay. I've never made rosehip pie before. Add fuel. Stick. Put 5 hours on the fire. Let's take a look at our stick there. Got rid of that. I'm glad we found the arrow. Can we craft at the fire? Fire hardened arrow. This is interesting. Fire hardened arrows. We don't even need arrowheads to get these. You just need crow feathers. It's a crude arrow hardened in a fire. Fragile, but simple to craft. Only effective against small game. Ah, so probably rabbits. It wouldn't really do well against a deer, so we do need the arrows. Bummer. Okay. Okay, let's cook rosehip pie. I've never cooked this before. This will take a fair amount of flour, but let's do it. We have cabin fever. We have to treat ourselves to something. Roasted pie. Let's make sure that we don't boil that over. Make sure we have enough firewood. Okay, so it's going to take an hour. It's going to take an hour. We have enough time to chop down a branch for more firewood, which we're going to need anyway to keep the fire going to stay warm. So it'd be a good idea to let's just chop this down. By that time, the roasted pie should be done. It shouldn't burn. 58 minutes. Let's do this. Going to be cold though. Wow, that's a lot of that is a lot of condition loss. Let's get back to the fire. Thankfully, we didn't get hypothermia there. That would have been bad. Okay, our roasted pie is done. Look at that, a thick crusted pie overflowing with rose hips. And it's hot. It's like Hot Pockets. Okay, we're gonna just cook water here. Water. We're gonna add fuel to the fire. Fire's going. Okay. Let's take a look at that pie. Yum. We're gonna eat some pie. Okay, that reduced affliction headache. Did we get a headache from the pie? Excuse me, headache from eating a sweet dish. What? We got a headache from eating the pie? What? What do you mean headache from... Excuse me? You're telling me that I shouldn't eat rosehip pie. I can't even have a sweet occasionally? Wow. Wow. Okay, we're not making that again. I might as well stock up on our headache now because we're like double headache. Did we get a double headache? We healed our headache. Excuse me? We healed our... Wait, how did we heal our headache? I am so confused. We're just gonna eat all the pie now so we can just get rid of the headache problem. We can speed that up so we don't keep like resetting our headache over and over and over again. Okay, we're warm. Condition is at 3/4%. Cabin fever, we need 16 more hours, so we're gonna need to get more firewood. That's crazy. Not what I expected at all. Okay, how are we looking for bandages actually? We have 5. We're fine. Fine. There. Can we repair our clothes? Actions, repair, insufficient materials. We need cloth to repair, and we do not have cloth, unfortunately. Okay. Well, what else can we do here? Do we have torches that we can craft into sticks? We do not. We have a book that we cannot read. Fishing tackle. Can't fish out here, though. I suppose we could take map here. Can't map in low visibility conditions. Okay, we gotta wait till it's day out. Well, we'll have tons of water. That's nice. We'll just keep cooking water. What else are we gonna do? We'll just like have a giant water store here, so anytime we come back to this cave, there'll be tons of water for us to grab when we need it. Might as well. Okay. We are not thirsty. Oh, wait a minute. The rosehip pie. Look how much exhaustion it restored. We got a headache, but it actually restored a bunch of exhaustion. That's crazy. I did not know it did that. It reduced our fatigue drastically. Wow. Okay, so it was worth it for the headache. The only problem is we still lost condition because of it too, so I don't know if it was really worth it. But I guess we'll find out as the night goes on. We still have birch bark tea we can create, so maybe we should actually cook up some tea for ourselves so we do not lose more condition. Okay, we'll drink that. Good way, if we were going to chop more firewood, we should make sure that we've warmed up with tea so we don't get hypothermia. Non-potable water. Okay, we're going to drink this now. Okay, and you know, I don't know if it's going to restore condition, but it'll hopefully slow it down from going lower than 3/4% there. And let's cook more water, because why not? What else are we going to be doing? Still can't map because of low visibility conditions. Is there anything else we can do? We can sharpen our knife and our axe. Might as well. What else are we gonna do? We healed our headache. That's good news. Snow, potable water, cook more water. We have to make sure we don't, like, carry all this water with us. Hacksaw. Ah, if only we had simple tools and scrap metal on us. We don't. Well, at least our axe and our knife are going to be sharp. The water should be done soon. Non-potable, non-potable. Okay, we'll just wait for that to go. Put that away. Cook more water. We're gonna have so much water here. How much water are we carrying right now? We have 5 liters. Yeah, we're gonna drop 2.5. It's a lot of water. Okay. I like how we just have water bottles on hand at any moment. We just have a container to put it in immediately. Okay, we should eat that bannock. It's not in bad condition. It's okay for now. You drink more water. We're making water and sharpening knives because we have cabin fever and we needed to spend time outside. Another 15 hours. Restore condition. You will gradually recover lost condition over time. Oh, we get that for another hour. We should probably get more birch bark tea. Wouldn't be a bad idea to cook some before we go out there and get more firewood because the fire is getting lower. And we need to stay warm. Okay, let's take a look at our axe. Axe is good. Knife. Sharpen the knife. Keep this knife sharp. We'll go to 95% condition. What is it at now? 90? We have more water ready? Non-potable. We can sharpen again. The water shouldn't boil over. Okay, we got potable water. We're gonna make more water. We're gonna have so much water. Okay, make more water. Okay, 5 hours. Fire. Knife is sharp. We're doing good there. We could... Oh, I don't want to harvest that. That would be bad. Okay. 100% conditioned lamp. That's great. I wish only we had more fuel to refuel it with. Can we map now? Like, is this still low visibility conditions? It is. Okay. What else can we do? We can't repair. Can we craft anything? Oh, yay, we can make tinder plugs. Actually, well, we could use a few. Okay, I'm gonna add 5 sticks. So the fire keeps going. Torch, stay on target. We want to read that later, but we can't read it because we have cabin fever. We gotta stay outside. Question is, after this, we get rid of the cabin fever, where do we go next? We could continue down coastal towards getting a sapling that we've cured, and then craft a bow, which I think we should be able to craft because if we look at our inventory here, we do have 2 cured gut. And if we want to make a bow, which is over here, survivable, we need 2 cured gut and a maple sapling. And the maple sapling should be, if we go over here, should be right in here, right on the coast, right there, right about there. And I know I was in one of those 3 fishing huts. We left it behind there. And then by those 3 fishing huts is also a crafting bench, so we should be able to craft the bow. But we'll have to craft the bow outside, which could be bad depending how long it takes to craft the bow. How long does it take? Actually, let's find out. How long does it take to craft the bow? It takes 6.5 hours, so we're going to need a 6.5 hour fire to craft that bow. Alternatively, we could just pick it up and go to the gas station and craft indoors there, so we'd probably stay warmer, which would probably be smarter. It just means that we'd have to travel further into coastal. But that way we don't burn excess firewood, and we'll stay warm. And we have possibly some cooking oil back there, which would be worth picking up, actually. Yeah, we might actually want to go back to the gas station to pick that up. Yeah. Okay. Cook more water. So, what do we have left to do here? We could cook prepared acorns. But we need 4 to make coffee. I'd like to get outside and get more firewood for the fire, though. It is morning time. We should eat bannock so it doesn't spoil. Bannock spoils pretty quickly here. Alternatively, we do know that if we can find more rose hips, we can give ourselves a headache and avoid exhaustion. I think finding more birch bark tea would be useful, though, because being able to restore condition is important. Let's grab this water. We're gonna cook prepared birch bark. We're gonna go out and get more firewood. Oh, it's starting to be windy. Okay, that just changes things. Let's take a look at this. We're gonna drop 3 liters here. It's so much water. Okay. I'm gonna drink the birch bark tea right now. And hopefully we can find firewood close by. Sure, I'll throw that on. Why not? Fire's 5 hours. Grab a torch. Let's go get some firewood. Maybe it's close by, and hopefully the torch doesn't blow out. It's probably gonna blow out, though. Ooh, it's getting cold fast. Okay, firewood might not be a good time right now while it's cold out. Oh, we shouldn't sprint. We're gonna look for birch bark tea instead. Or birch bark, so we can make birch bark tea. You're not just gonna find a cup of tea in the woods. I mean, I guess anything is possible. We could find a cup of tea just sitting down in the woods. Who knows? Unlikely, but possible. Anything is possible. Okay, we have a branch here. Could get the branch. It's just sticks, though, unfortunately. However, I see birch bark. Nope, those are saplings. Okay, we'll just explore here. I see cattail over there. Be worth grabbing. This is the birch forest, so we'll just grab what we can. We won't get wood right now. We do have coal as an emergency. We can keep the fire going with that. Ooh, birch bark. Perfect. Let's grab a little cattail so we have some food. Ah! Oh my god. Oh, my heart. Oh. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay. It's a deer. Okay. We're back to harvesting cattail. It just came out of nowhere. Bloody nowhere. If that was like a cougar or a bear, we would have been cooked there. Okay. Alright. Get a little cattail. Torch looks like it might go out, unless I can swap it, maybe. Maybe this might still go out because it's pretty windy. I also think there's a couple spots in the ravine we can actually explore here. There's a train nearby that might have some stuff in it. Still have food for now. We're not going to go hungry or thirsty. Only thing we really need to worry about is condition and exhaustion. That's about it. Okay, there's that train. Actually, we're pretty close. Let's just go explore the train. Don't sprint. We might find some firewood in there, too. And the fire should still stay going long enough while we go explore this train and get back. I think there was like 4 hours on the fire when we left. We might burn the water, though. But that's okay. We can deal with that. And I see rosips. Ooh, we can make more rosip pie. We can give ourselves another headache. Oh, joy. Okay, let's grab these rosips. That's... what is it? Do you get like 16 rosips each time you pick it up? I think it's 16. No, it's 8. It's 8. You pick up 8. Right. Okay, what do we got here? Old train car. Ooh, scrap metal. That could be useful. Ooh, scrap metal. Also could be useful. Coal. Ooh, more coal. A heavy hammer. I didn't know this could spawn here. Oh, man. We should always check this whenever we come through here. We'll grab the heavy hammer. And simple tools. Oh, we can repair. Oh. That is interesting. We can repair some of our stuff. We have another way to pass time. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can't open that. That's a door that we cannot open. Let's get back to the campfire. That is very interesting. So we now know there's a heavy hammer that can spawn there, which is really useful to know anytime we have to start a new run. That knowledge is invaluable for Interloper and Misery. Now, I don't plan to start a Misery run anytime soon. I would like for us to be able to survive 100 days on Interloper before I ever start a Misery run. But if we do survive 100 days on Interloper, I believe that we are likely ready enough to perhaps begin our venture into Misery. 30 days on Interloper is one thing, but 100 days on Interloper, I think, is the good marker there, because Misery is no joke. Misery seems very difficult, because when you lose condition in Misery, you, like, permanently lose condition. You don't get it back. And since... uh-oh, there goes our torch. Since that's the case, and since I lose condition quite often in Interloper because I don't know what I'm doing, starting a Misery run this early in my skill set of the game would be a bad idea. I think it would be more of a suffering run than a Misery run. I guess it would be, really, Misery, considering the name. Okay, we got a little beard lich in here. Look at that. Back to our cave. We didn't get much for firewood, but we got a little bit, but not much. We'll have to go back out and get firewood. We are cold now, so... At least the fire is still going, and we're warming up again. Okay. And we didn't burn the water somehow. Crazy. Fantastic. Okay, well, we could make more rosehip pie, perhaps. We should have to prepare rosehips. We'll just cook more water in the meantime. Because why not? We take a look at our crafting. We can prepare birch bark and rosehips. Let's prepare rosehips. We now have the option to make more rosehip pie. Okay. And we should be able to map now, because it's daylight. Look at that. Backpack cave. This is the ravine. Okay, potable water. We'll take that. Cook more water. I mean, like, what else are we going to cook? What else are we going to do? There's going to be so much water here. I don't think water loses condition either. As far as I'm aware, water does not lose condition. I think that's the only thing in this game that does not lose condition is water. It's 100% condition. Okay. And we have a prepared birch bark. Let's craft that. Oh, we have more than I thought. How are we looking on cabin fever? I think we still need like 10 hours on cabin fever. 11. Yep. Sounds about right. Okay, we're gonna cook more water. Yes. Okay, we need firewood, because we're running low. Add fuel, sticks. We got 5 hours of fire. We had a piece of coal because we defined one. We have 6 hours of fire. 6 hours of fire is not enough. We need 4 more hours of fire. That's the deal. Question is, yeah, what do we do next? I think we just go straight through Mystery Lake. We could probably start going there when you have like an hour left. Wouldn't be a bad time to go about midday, actually. Go midday and still stay outside, probably, and just have another fire. Hopefully find like a little inlet in a cave. I don't know if there's any caves out there. I really don't want to pass by a bear, either. I think our goal for the remainder of today is to try to get to Coastal and finish crafting the bow, if we get lucky, and have enough time. And I think we do. Should be able to do it. Do we want to cook more prepared birch bark? Yes, we do. Why? Because we've lost our condition buff. That is why. Are we looking on food? We have enough cattail to get by. We'll survive. We're gonna survive. Gonna drink that. Okay. Gonna cook more water. This is a ridiculous amount. Look how much water we have. I gotta drop more, actually. Drop 3 liters. It's a lot of water. We need 4 more hours of firewood. So let's go find that. Got a rope there to get down to Bleak Inlet. Actually, we should write that in our notes. Notes. Do a travel. Climbing rope at ravine to Bleak Inlet in cave. At ravine in cave. In cave to Bleak Inlet. Okay. There we go. Alright. So we know that's there if we want to ever get out to Bleak Inlet. But I don't plan to anytime, like, right away. Getting 4 more hours of firewood does mean that we should need to break down one more cedar limb here. And I see one. Break this one down. It should take an hour. And hopefully... Yeah, it's the fastest way. Wow, it's cold as hell. Okay, we have a hypothermia risk. Let's get back inside. I'm gonna run inside because I really don't want to get hypothermia. Usually we don't run, but in this case, we're gonna run. Okay, let's get by the fire. Great. Okay, our cooking skillet has burned. Might have lost a little condition on that, fortunately, but we have fur firewood. Oh, fur firewood. I forgot. Fur firewood is 2 hours of fire. Right. Actually, so when you break down a log, if you're gonna break down a limb, you're much better off to break down a fir limb than a cedar limb, because you're going to get way more firewood time. Okay, gotta remember that for the future. Okay, we're warming up. That's good. Drink a little water. Fire, we got plenty of fire now. We shouldn't need to worry about cabin fever any longer. 9 hours, so we got 10 hours on the fire, which is more than enough. Can we just add some coal if we need to? Yeah, it's 10 hours. Okay, great. So, all we need to do now is just cook more water? I guess? Sure. I guess we'll cook water. What else are we going to do? We gotta wait. Alright, we've got all we need. What we can do is we can repair now because we have the ability to repair. So the hacksaw, worth repairing for sure. So is the cooking pan as well, actually. We could repair the cooking pan. Arguably, we should repair the cooking pan because the cooking pan is in lower condition than the hacksaw. We also could repair insulated flask. No, we cannot repair the insulated flask. What else can we repair? Can we repair? Can't repair the pry bar. Do we have anything else? No. Okay, let's repair our cooking skillet. Okay, it's blizzarding outside. Good thing we got that firewood when we did. Non-public. You know the great thing about recycled cans is that if you overboil them, it doesn't destroy the can. It's the cooking skillet you gotta worry more about. Okay, where's our cooking skillet? Here we go. Actions, repair. Yeah, we can repair this. 45 minutes, let's do it. We're still losing condition a little bit, but not a lot. 93%. Great. Let's cook more water. And it might be a good idea to make some roasted pie because we're starting to lose exhaustion or energy. So this gives us some energy back. Can we make roasted pie? What do we need? We need 8 rose hips. Oh no. Oh, you need rose hips. But you don't, they're not supposed to be prepared. Oh, whoops. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that changes things. In that case, yeah, let's cook some bannock. Yeah, we have to. Getting low on food. Hopefully this blizzard doesn't stay around for too long. At least we're in a cave. That's better than nothing. Let's check if there's some coal back here. Maybe there's something we missed. We didn't check back here. Yeah, cave's pretty mid in terms of survival. Look at all this water we have. I think we still have more in our bag. We should probably drop. Yeah, we could drop 2 liters. That's a lot of water. Okay. Not enough animal fat to make more cooking oil, unfortunately. Well, can we repair our clothes? We don't have cloth. Yeah, that rose hip pie would have actually been really nice to have. Maybe we can get back out there and try to find more rose hips. If the blizzard goes away. We're gonna eat that bannock right now. Elegant bannock. Well, water? I guess so. Well, we're certainly not going to have any hydration problems. At least not right now. We should drink more birch bark tea, though, to prevent condition loss. Let's cook that. And drink birch bark tea to get the buff. And we'll cook more water. So much water. Okay, this is ridiculous. Non-potable water. Okay, more water. Non-potable water. More water. So it's past midday now, and what time is it? How much cabin fever we have? 5 hours on the fire. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll get rid of the cabin fever at least. Okay, we'll cook more water. How much water do we have here? This is like now our water restoration plant. Like 3 liters of water, cheapers. Okay, we're getting tired though. That's the only problem. Cook more water. I wish this blizzard would go away so we can stop cooking water. It's a lot of water. Let's drink some. Man, we're good on water. We are so good on water. We're okay on food. I think we'll probably have to venture out at night because the blizzard is sticking around. Cook more water. Cook more water. Oh, there goes the blizzard. Okay, the blizzard is done. We're carrying quite a bit of water. Let's drink some and drop some. So we should be able to get to coastal. Drop a liter. We should be able to get to coastal from here. Right now. About crafting the bow, though, that's going to be a little bit more tricky. How's the cabin fever looking? 3 hours. I would rather wait another 2 hours just to make sure I get rid of the cabin fever, and then at the last hour we can just be doing traveling into coastal, because there is the trailer up ahead, and you don't know what kind of weather you're gonna have, and we're safe right now. So I'm gonna wait a little bit of time. Okay, let's cook prepared birch bark. Restore some condition. And add more water. Drink that. Get a condition buff back. It's still windy outside, so it'd blow out a torch. Could cook more bannock. Don't need it. I'd rather cook rosehip pie. If we could find rosehips. Might be able to find rosehips right now because we're warm. Go take a look. Actually, I know where rosehips might spawn. It's dusk. Cabin fever. 1 hour. How many torches we got? We got not enough torches. I'm gonna take 4 torches. They might just go out from the wind. Might not. But I'm pretty sure there is some rosehips that spawn at the train car crash. And if we can grab those, cook them on the fire, we can get the pie, and the pie should restore some exhaustion so we can have enough energy to make it through the ravine and into coastal highway. It's a bit of a, what's the word, like extra safe measure, but I think it's kind of important for us to learn how to play extra safe, because if we do want to be able to play Misery, we really can't afford to lose condition in Misery, because if you lose any condition, you kind of like start destroying your run. Okay, there goes our torch. So much for staying warm outside. Those rose hips are going to be a little bit of a walk, like around the corner here. We go that way. I see a birch bark. We're going to pick that up on the way here. The fire shouldn't go out, and we'll be able to grab a few things here before we head out. Very windy. Very, very windy. But This birch bark is huge. I'm curious if... I don't think birch bark restores condition inside of Misery, if I'm not mistaken. This is kind of like a nice boon to have in Interloper, but I don't think we can rely on this in Misery. Here I am big talking myself about like, oh, we're going to be starting Misery soon, but like I don't think we're anywhere near that yet. We probably need, I still want to see 100 days on Interloper before we do it. Because we haven't even survived 100 days on Stalker. I think we made it to day 30 and we're like feeling pretty comfortable. So, we'll see. I think getting some of the good gear in Interloper would be a good indication that we've learned the ropes of this difficulty. Okay. So, good news is we have gotten some birch bark we can make for tea. Bad news is it's still windy, but that's actually not that bad of news. It's actually pretty moderate, mild news. So here is where we're going to have to cross to get to the train tunnel over there. It's a bit of a walk, though, so there might be some rosips over here that we can grab. As long as they respawn since we last grabbed them. And it looks like there might be some. Maybe? I can't tell from here. Oh, are they picked over? Oh, they might be picked over. Rats! We came out here for nothing. I thought these would have grown back by now. Bummer. Okay, well, so much for getting rosips here. Ah, but we did find some crow feathers, which is kind of nice. We'll need those. And getting down to Bleak Inlet, I'm sure there's a way somewhere, but we don't plan to go there right now. I've been to Bleak Inlet once. Once was enough. Once was enough. So no pie for us. Since that's the case, it'd probably be better for us to just keep going. Because we have 1 hour of cabin fever left, and the wind blew out our torch. And since we can't get roasted pie... Dude, hold on. As long as we have our cooking pot. Do we have a cooking pot? Tell me we have a cooking pot. God dang it, we gotta go back. Get the cooking pot. Not the cooking pot, but the skillet. At least we remembered. But, yeah, okay. We just wasted time. Honestly, we're gonna go back, grab the birch bark. I'm just gonna sprint back. We're gonna be losing condition soon anyway. I mean, would have saved a little bit, but... Okay, just bought ourselves a little bit of time. Kind of just lost it, though, more than anything. We're tired now. We could... we healed cabin fever. That's good. So what we could do is we could go back to Mystery Lake and just go to the trailer there and sleep the night in the trailer. That's the closest shelter. And then head through to Coastal. Or we can just take a chance and just go through Coastal anyway. Losing condition. And weathering whatever the weather is to get to the trailer at the north top side of Coastal, which honestly I think we could do it. I think we'd be fine. We're obviously losing condition, but I think in Interloper we can power through. This isn't Misery yet, so I think we'd be all right. I don't think that's a decision we can make in Misery, though. I think in Misery you'd have to like actually go back to Mystery and sleep there because you would lose too much condition on the traveling. And man, it's cold outside, so we want to warm up by the fire anyway before we head out. Get some tea in the flask so we're warm for the journey. Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay. Fire should still be going. Yes, it is. Back in the cave. So, good news is we did get enough birch bark that we should hopefully be able to prevent condition loss from... Yeah, I'm just gonna pick that up. Should be able to prevent condition loss. Could craft that right now while we warm up. From the exhaustion. Okay. Ah, the wind's died down. Wonderful. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's cook. Let's cook. Our birch bark now. What do we have in the flask? Rosehip tea. I would rather keep the rosehip tea cold on us and just have warm birch bark. Actually, never mind. Hold on. Cook more birch bark. We're gonna keep the roast up tea warm. Okay. Oh, we're hungry. Okay, our water storage here is doing quite well. Water storage facility, that's what this cave is. We're gonna drop 2 liters. Okay, gonna pick up our skillet. Gonna take our tea, and we're gonna put it inside of the insulated flask. And we're gonna drink some of our birch bark right now. The other one will be cold, but that's okay. We can still use it cold. It's just still restore condition. We're gonna take a little bit of cattail, so we've eaten something for the journey. And we're gonna hustle our butts over to Coastal. Just make sure we get enough torches to keep the fire going. You don't need a whole lot. Like, Ravine is pretty chill. Okay. This should be enough. Enough till the next fire, probably. We need to get our way through here. Okay. Are we carrying too much water? We're not. We're exhausted, though, so we are encumbered. Let's go. We won't be moving very fast. But we have enough food to get to the trailer, I believe. Wow. Back through a starry night sky. Yeah. I gotta say, Ravine is really nice. It's nice knowing there's no cougar, no wolves, no bear, no moose. You can just come out here, get spooked half to death by an elk running straight towards your face, and know that you're safe. It's nice. I'm looking forward to the Long Dark 2. I mean, I know I've only been playing the Long Dark 1 for, gosh, only a little while now, but man, after playing this game, like, I mean, obviously, I've said this before. I've said this way so many times now. I'm just turning into a Long Dark fanboy, but this game is so well polished. You know, it just feels like there was so much love, care, and attention put into this game. And it's like, it came out in 2014. I think that was the right year. If I get that right. It came out a while ago. And still, to this day, this is one of the best video games I have ever played. Now, I mean, I play a lot of games. Like, it's hard to, like, really rank video games in general as, like, one better than the other, because a lot of them have different vibes. But in terms of, like, the amount of attention to detail the developers put into the systems and mechanics in this game, making it fun, like, this is the best survival game I've ever played. And I mean, like, I've played a lot of Minecraft, and I think Minecraft's a great survival game, but Minecraft is, like, less so a hardcore survival game, unless you're maybe using it with mods or playing hardcore mode. And, like, you know, you don't have to manage thirst or exhaustion in Minecraft. Long Dark is, like, it just feels like it does those mechanics really well. And, like, even when it comes to, like, finding food, like carcasses or, you know, cattail or rose hips, like, it just seems to be, like, correctly spaced out. And then, like, the transitions between one area to the next feel like there's a significant enough difference or distance between those areas. Like, it just feels like everything was well thought out. Like, okay, it's going to take you this long to go from this area to this area. You know, we want to make it kind of like, so there's tension, so you're only going to get a limited food, but you're still going to have just enough food that you should be able to get by. You know, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like it's so well balanced, and to get there, to that stage of balance, would have required so much careful thought and planning and attention to detail to make that happen. And it feels like you don't see that with a lot of independent games or just games in the game industry in general. You know, there are a few gems out there that really do care about their craft. One game especially, I think, is a very amazing independent video game, or I think they're indie, is the guys who made Deep Rock Galactic. That's another really well-polished game that's super fun, and really does the co-op genre service. It's its own thing. You know, it's not The Long Dark. It's a completely different game. But in terms of, like, care put into the game and making it something that people want to come back to and continue to play, like, it's got a massive community of people who continually return to that game and love it. And that, like, you know, as a developer, or like that's got to be like one of the most rewarding experiences. If you have like a community of people that love your game and they're amazed by how good of a job you've done, that's like something to really celebrate. Because there's so many studios and developers who make okay games. Like, they're kind of fun for a little while, but then they kind of feel like, you know, some feel like a cash grab. There's a lot of those. Some feel like they just needed more work. They needed more polish. Like, the core concept was good there, but for whatever reason, the project kind of got abandoned and just stopped being developed. There's a couple games I really love, and I would not consider them to have the same strong fan base as Deep Rock Galactic or The Long Dark, but I really like them. But I understand why they haven't grown past the size they're at, because it's oftentimes like the developers just stop working on their project, or they, you know, they don't care so much about like making the game as good as they can make it and continually working on that project. It's understandable though. You know, life changes for people. Sometimes they can't continue on projects they used to work on. Sometimes they lose interest and they just don't want to do it anymore. I found myself in those situations. I've had projects that were successful in some ways and people really liked and wanted to see more of, but I didn't want to continue them because it just wasn't a good fit for me as the person creating that thing. And so it's understandable. I don't hold it against the developers. But it is amazing. It is an amazing thing when you do see a project that has seen countless revisions of polish and has been created into something that is very remarkable and almost beautiful in a way because of just how much work and care and attention and detail has gone into that thing. I love being able to see projects like that, and they're just totally worth celebrating, and they really need to have more attention given to them and praise because they totally deserve it. And The Long Dark is absolutely one of those games. And I'm really hoping that when it comes to The Long Dark 2, that we see the developers continue to put the same love and care they did put into the first game. But especially, I would love to see some of that before they release in early access. Because there's a lot of developers who, you know, they release in early access because partially, one, I think it can be financial constraints and they need to get a product shipped out right away. But that can become a problem because when you're rushed to get something out the door, you don't get the time to like revise it and make it as good as you can. And when it comes to early access games, suddenly something can just, you know, I don't know, it can take over the devs, and suddenly they just end up releasing their 1.0 product, and their 1.0 product is kind of underwhelming because they already made the money from early access and the sales have slowed down. You know, it just becomes, I don't know, not as good as it once, or what it could have been. And that's why I'm always kind of like, you know, concerned about buying an early access title because, you know, do you know if the developer's going to live up to their promise? You know, are they actually going to deliver on what they say they're going to deliver on? Or is this early access title just going to be a cash grab to get the bare minimum out and never really make the game more than what they just deliver on? Like, they never really live up to the full vision of what that game was supposed to be. And yeah, I think, you know, as a consumer, if you are buying early access titles, you kind of have to be aware of that. And, you know, some studios build up trust and you know that they're going to ship something out that's really good. But some studios kind of get a bad name for themselves because they'll ship out a product and they just don't deliver on the promises they make, and you see that a lot in the gaming industry, and it's kind of sad because, you know, I think you wanna see the product come to life in the best way possible, and sometimes that just doesn't happen. Yeah, it's life, you know. I understand sometimes it just doesn't work out, but yeah. Long Dark, they've done a good job. They've done a good job of the first game, and I hope they continue to do a good job of the second game, and I hope it's an absolute banger. And I feel pretty confident it will be, considering just how much work has gone into this one. But you know, even this one, like, I feel like they could just make a couple more expansions, because this game doesn't feel done yet. Like not in the sense of like it's finished, but you could add a couple more expansions, a couple more worlds attached to the current world, you know, add some more things that you could go and explore and see. But I think as a creator, if you feel like your product's done, then yeah, it's a good time to move on to the sequel or another project. All I'm saying is, I certainly would complain if there was like 1 or 2 more expansions to this game before they wrap it up. And if they do wrap it up where it is, I mean, it's totally fine. But yeah, it just feels like there is more that could be done here if they want to. They don't have to, but they could. And if they keep putting that same level of care and detail into it, I think it'll be awesome. And look at that. That is a sick shot. I wish I had a camera right now for that. Alright, we've made it into Coastal. Through the ravine, into Coastal. We're getting kind of hungry. And we're getting kind of cold. But we've got rid of our cabin fever. And we're almost at the trailer, the top of Coastal. Which is where we will be spending the night. The good news is we survived cabin fever and a blizzard and managed to still make it here and stick to the original plan somehow. Once we have the bow, I think it'll be time for us to perhaps move into Pleasant Valley. I think that'll be perhaps our next destination, to try to work towards Ash Canyon and get ourselves a backpack. It's that, or, you know, I don't really know. I haven't ever made it this far on Interloper in terms of... Yeah-oh, hypothermia risk. In terms of successful run. So I think Tolask is right in terms of saying we need to start thinking about long term. How are we going to keep this run going? And since the world does get colder and colder, we're gonna need to like get warmer clothes, and we're gonna need to be able to increase our carrying capacity if we're gonna wear those clothes, because wearing animal pelts is very heavy. And I feel like I've already noticing the world's starting to get colder now. What are we on? Like almost day 30? Not day 30. We're not day 30. I think we're on day 20 here. Pretty good run so far. I think I see some rabbits over there. Always a sign of good luck. We're almost at the trailer. It's been a ride so far. A couple near-death instances. Bear. Cliff fall. What else we had? Getting caught in a blizzard. Somehow we're still alive. Somehow. Alrighty. We are safe. For now. And back in the trailer at Coastal. Our old... Hey, ruined sewing kit. Our old stomping grounds. Okay, well, if there's anything for us to do, it's to drink some water, eat a little food, and sleep the night away. And we should be able to restore enough condition so that tomorrow we can go make that bow, likely making it in the gas station and making another arrow, so we're prepared to defend ourselves from whatever comes next. Okay, let's sleep. We'll sleep on the top bunk today. 10 hours. 750 calories. It has been completed. It is a new day. It is dawn. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. This was a fun one to make. I'm glad we got out of Dodge there from the blizzard. So, thank you to everybody. Thank you for the tips you've been providing on the channel. I hope you guys have been enjoying the episodes. I still plan to keep making long, dark episodes for a while. And other episodes on the channel are kind of a little bit more sporadic. So, this is the main game right now. And yeah, it's been awesome having the community. It's been growing a lot lately. And so thank you for everybody who's shown up, and thank you for the new people that have been here. It's really really awesome being able to make this, and been having a lot of fun with it. So thank you. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Zen out.